Hi, ladies. Good afternoon. Good morning. We are so glad to see you all. I am Patricia Ann Young. I'm the founder of Women of Real who do not know me. We are very excited to be here. And I have to tell you, I have been with Real now for 5 years. I cannot believe it. And that's how old this group is. And thank God for my regional board, Mine's on all the, I would not be able to do this cast, would not be able to do it without everybody's help. And the biggest thing is leadership. And this Her series started 2 years ago. And we do this quarterly. And we like to bring in special guests because, it's something out of the norm. We do our masterminds every month, every Thursday. But this is that special treat. And, if you are new to the group or don't know about the Women of Real and just came on to Real, again, we've been going for, almost 5 years now. And we are always looking for women who like to participate. We're looking for state reps, basically to just join the group, help run local meetings, because we always feel like we want women to have a place. That was the biggest thing about me wanting to start this Women of Real. And that was my big thing when I joined Real and talking to Tamir about this, was I wanted a place where women could go to collaborate, educate, and feel heard and wanted and have a space. So even though we may not have offices in some point, we want everybody to feel connected. So if you are not part of the Women of Real on Facebook group, we will drop the link in. We want to make sure everybody joins. And like I said, we have masterminds every month. And just to let everybody know, for the moms out there, we have a mom's mastermind, and it's been going for a couple months now. Stephanie from Canada is running it, and we actually have a mastermind tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to be about building relationships based on business through community events. So, everybody, like we tell people, our business normally comes from community. Oh, sorry, call. Always comes from some type of community. So I think this mastermind is going to be really great. Excited about that. So we are excited that Dr. Monica is here with us today. And this is all about mental health because, y'all, we all need some help with our mental health, right? Right, Maison? We definitely need that.
Speak for yourself, lady. No.
Okay. I'm the only one.
Y'all were
I love
hilarious.
that. This is wonderful. And ladies, we're so excited to have you. This is going to be one of our largest turnouts that we have had for one of our events. We do host a monthly mastermind, and that's how we were first introduced to the amazing Dr. Monique. And I tend to praise people highly because I see the best in everybody, but seriously, this lady is amazing. And
Amazing.
she did one of our masterminds a couple months back. She barely scratched the surface of mental health and caring for yourself and caring for others. And we knew we needed her again. Absolutely, without question.
Yes.
And when we were planning this event with the Real leadership, she was the one and only person we wanted. We didn't even have a plan B, Dr. Monique. You were it. So I want to make sure to tell you a little bit more, educate you a little bit more about Dr. Monique. We'll give her the floor. After that, we're going to be jumping out into some breakout sessions. So ladies, please do be advised right now, this entire piece is recorded just for us. When we move into breakout sessions, there will be no more recording. We want everybody to be authentic, to be able to be vulnerable to your comfort level, to be able to share at the level at which you feel comfortable, to learn from each other, because we're all here for each other. And I was joking with Patricia earlier when I said that she was the only one with mental health things. We not only are we real estate agents and we're business women and we're mothers and we're wives and we're friends and we're daughters and we're all of the things, comes with so many self-imposed stressors that we need each other, right? So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Dr. Monique. Dr. Monique is a trauma-informed therapist. Not only is she that, she's also a best-selling author of Infidelity Recovery Workbook for Couples. And she's a nationally sought-after expert in emotional wellness, resilience, and relationship healing. She has nearly 25 years in private practice, and she's worked with thousands of individuals and over 3,000 couples, helping people move from survival mode into clarity, stability, and sustainable well-being. She's the creative of behind the emotion integration narrative method, the EIN method, a structured approach that helps individuals translate emotional overwhelm into clear, actionable insight. I think we all need some of that. Her work integrates neuroscience, EMDR, brain spotting, internal family systems, and everything in between to help people regulate stress, restore focus, and make decisions from a place of clarity rather than pressure. I don't know about you ladies, but I could use a little bit of that, right? So, without further ado, I'd like to present the amazing Dr. Monique Thompson and turn over the floor. Thank you, Dr. Monique.
Yay, I'm here, y'all. What's going on? I love this group. You know, sometimes you vibe with a group and sometimes you like this peanut butter and jelly is crunchy and I want it smooth and it doesn't work out. So I really appreciate you guys having me back. I made the horrible mistake of asking this group how you were sleeping last time. And the avalanche of people who were not sleeping
Yeah, who's
overwhelmed us,
sleep?
and we and we go again. Y'all don't sleep, so I have just accepted that this is a burden, and we're just gonna work on this a little at a time. So I'm not even gonna ask that question this time because we're gonna get off topic again. So just know that you're supposed to be sleeping. If you missed it last time and you need some help with sleep, I'm sending you the little thing so you can get the free sleep course. And this time, y'all try to go to bed. So real quick, I'm gonna tell you, if you're not sleeping, that a lot of what we're gonna do today, your brain, if you think so my glasses, I can kind of see with them. I see so much better, you know, your brain can function without sleep, but so much better with it. And I'm gonna leave that alone. And I'm just gonna send love and compassion and hugs to your hippocampus and your amygdala and your prefrontal cortex and all the little baby cells that can't grow up and reproduce because y'all won't go to sleep. I'm just sending love and compassion to these brain structures that want to grow up and y'all won't let them grow up. Your own little charity right there in your head, just to bring this nonprofit right there is your brain. I need y'all to have some charitable instincts towards your brain, okay? And now we leave that alone. Somebody please keep my time because I'll get run away with this. All right. First things first, we need some practical things. I'm a mom. Y'all, a lot of you are moms. And Chad, if you're not a mom, but you sit when you pee, then here we are, okay? Here we are, the challenges of these people. So one thing is unfortunate for however you want to look at it. The female Homo sapien brain is just not that efficient, if you will, with burning up cortisol. And I guess I don't know who decided that, but we're just not. So I'm going to give you something quick because I want you to leave today before you go to your breakout rooms. I want you to leave today with what can I do? What can I do if I have no time at all? What can I do? And this is what I need you to think. Y'all ready? Breathe and burn, not inhale. Breathe and burn. Okay? Breathe. If you can get about 6 seconds of breath, that's really good. And I don't know why you wouldn't be able to get 6 seconds of breath because you're breathing anyway. We're just going to change the sequence of how you breathe. Okay, so if you're ready for the breathing, raise your hand, send me a heart. You ready for breathe? Yes, y'all ready to breathe? See how terrible that is that we had to start out with breathe. I just want that out.
That's not a good sign.
That is That is not, but we just are where we are. Remember, I'm sending hugs and compassion to your brains because if y'all have not been sleeping, then you're gonna have to practice breath work all day long. So y'all got that? I'm done with this group with fixing this. If y'all not gonna go to bed, y'all are not gonna go to bed. You're not gonna go to bed. So I'm gonna try another way. I decided this before I came in here. I said I got to come off this field today with 10 out of 10 because they got me last time. I feel like I left with some championship effort, but I don't know. I feel like I didn't win when it came to getting y'all to go to sleep. So I may be able to outsmart you though. If you can breathe all day long in certain sequences, you can help your brain out even if you didn't get a good night of sleep. Okay, so y'all ready? Here's one brain breath that you can do. All your breathing is brain breath breathing, but I'm just calling it that because we all together today. Don't y'all go tell people that this is brain breath breathing. Don't do that, okay? And don't say I said it if you do. All right, so here we go. 4, 7, 8. Y'all ready? You're going to inhale 4 counts through your spine. Hold at your heart for 7. Exhale for 8. And just so y'all know, I'm having my own personal summary, and I did not take off my glasses for emphasis. I am burning up, right? Okay. Oh, inhale for 4. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at your heart for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push out as hard as you can through your gut. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push, push, push. And now, cleansing breath. You may notice a little tiny decrease in tension even from doing that. Okay. Next thing I want you to try is 2 inhales through your nose, 4 through your mouth. Cleansing breath first. Great. All right. 2 in through your nose. 1, 2. And push out 4 through your mouth. 4, 3, 2, 1. Cleansing breath. All right. And then let's just do one more round of breath this time. Just inhaling as much as you can, as much air as you can. But as you inhale, you're pushing your belly out. All right. Inhaling, pushing your belly out. And on your exhale, bring your belly in. So kind of get ready for that mentally. Inhaling, pushing your stomach out. And exhaling, pulling it in. All right. You ready? Inhale, push out. Big belly. And exhale. Fully release. Cleansing breath. You may feel some comfort just doing that. All right. I'm going to put the playlist for these breathing exercises right there in the chat. All right. And so throughout the day, you want to bathe your body with a little slow down on your breathing, especially if you have not been sleeping well. The 4-7-8, you can do that at bedtime while you're trying to lay down instead of scrolling, instead of watching TV, instead of sitting there, instead of trying to check one more email, trying to send something else through a document, trying to, instead of anything else, giving yourself 3 cycles of 4-7-8 helps to soothe you a little bit. Maybe get a better night of sleep, even if you have a short night of sleep. Okay. All right. So we've got our breathing in. Now let's see who's here. All right. There I am. Okay. Here we go. Stress levels. I want you to just check in gently, scan your body. Notice what you're feeling. Kind of check in. Notice if the stress level that you had at the beginning of our time went down just a little bit. If the needle went down a little bit. And show me some hearts if it went down just a little bit. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay. Went down just a little bit. Jody, thank you. All right. Just a little bit. Okay. Another cleansing breath. We're going to take it one more step. Okay. You don't have to have this person nearby, but I want you to get them in mind. For me, it's often my granny. Okay. And sometimes it's my kids. Sometimes it's my husband. Sometimes it's not my husband. Okay. I want you to get somebody in mind that when you think of them, you just feel loved. Okay. You just feel loved. Get them in mind. See them. Connect with them. Take a breath and notice what comment they have for you about your day so far. And just sit in that for a minute. Just take in what you hear them saying. Notice that, and if you want to share it in the chat, I think you can. I think that you guys can share things in the chat. Share that message, whatever message you're getting. Share that in the chat. All right. And then just tell them thank you. All right. Take another cleansing breath. It's okay, Dawn. All right. And notice if that brought the stress down just a little bit further. Show me some hearts if that brought it down a little bit more. Okay, good. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Marjane. All right, I brought it down just a little bit more. Now I want you to notice that I changed my tone of voice. All right. So this soft voice that you hear, think about when you're trying to soothe a baby, what voice you use with the baby. Now, when you're inside your own head and maybe your day is getting tough Maybe things are not going well, and maybe some of it is not really quite not your fault. Maybe it's all your fault. And maybe you'd like somebody to rescue, but there's no one around to rescue. You may hear your voice in your own head, and it does not sound like this. It doesn't sound soft and gentle. But I want you to go ahead and bring up a couple of things that are bothering you. But I want you to change the tone of voice in your own mind and let it be soft and compassionate and gentle. Try that now. Listen to your own voice in your own mind. Notice some things that need to be done. But talk gently and softly, lovingly, with compassion. And notice your reaction to that. Notice if that brings the stress down just a little bit more. Take a cleansing breath. Give some hearts if you notice that this is bringing the stress down even further. You feel a little bit more relaxed. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Now I want you to notice that we didn't leave, we didn't go anywhere. You didn't go to the gym. You didn't have to go have something at the doctor's office. You didn't go to a therapy session. You didn't call into your life coach. You didn't have to memorize anything. We just shifted a little bit inwardly. That's all we did was use your body. That's what we're using. Okay. So when you leave here today, I want you to keep in mind that literally head to toe, you have a lot of the things that you need. And this toolkit is literally with you. It's in you. It's inside your body. Figuring out how to unlock parts of you when you need them. That's all we just did. We unlocked breath. You were already breathing. We just unlocked different sequences. 4, 7, 8, in, 2, out, 4. And we did the diaphragmatic big breathing. That's all we did was change the sequence of the breath that you were already breathing. So we used your breath to help you out. Then we used your actual love, your oxytocin, to help soothe your heart just a little bit more. Connecting with someone who genuinely cares about you and noticing them. Listening to what you think they want to say to you. All we did was use that part of your brain that can imagine. And instead of allowing it to imagine the worst, we invited it to love. And then we listened to love. And it helped bring things down a little bit. And then we just took it a couple of little steps further, right? A little steps further. And we connected more deeply with you. That's all we did. Changed your tone of voice in what you were saying to yourself. And it helped. So top to bottom, there's a lot that you can do with your own body. So let's learn some more. Let's look at some things you can do in 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and 15 minutes. But I really want to answer questions today because I didn't get to do that much last time. So as I'm sharing these things, just throw your questions in the chat. Okay. And if you fill out the job form and you put a question in the chat, I'm going to try my best. If I don't answer you live, I'm going to try to answer you on the side. And that may help us out a little bit today too, because I wanted to hang out with y'all some more too. It was mutual. Okay. We went on a nice little first date. All right. So here we go. 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. And kind of like y'all are recording this, right? This is being recorded. Perfect. Yes. Okay. So 3 minutes. Think of it this way. In 3 minutes, you're going to be breathing and burning. We did some breath work, and now we're going to talk about burning. For burning, cortisol is best if you burn it up, which means we're talking about exercising. But we're not needing you to go like change clothes or anything like that. You might even trust the floors where you are. So we're talking about 3 minutes that you can do, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, things you can do that will burn. Okay. And depending on what level of fitness you are, you can adjust some of these things. I'm putting in the chat the plank challenge. Well, it's a playlist that I call the plank challenge. But basically, one of the things you can do that will burn quickly is planks. That'll get you there. That'll get you there quickly. Okay. So if you only have like a minute or two planks, that'll help. Okay. So I put this in the chat. Planks help you to promote some of the things that your brain needs, some of the growth that your brain needs. Remember I said I was praying for y'all little baby neurons to grow up and reproduce. Well, neurogenesis is one of the ways that your brain protects itself. So neurogenesis just means brain cell reproduction. So you need your brain cells to grow up and reproduce. And often when people are experiencing like symptoms of depression, one of the things that may be happening is that there's not a lot of activity there. Or when you've been stressed for a long time, it can slow down that growth process. So what can you do? You can do something about it by engaging in certain kinds of exercises. Now, any exercise is going to help your brain out. Anything that you will do will help you even more. Anything that you will do all the time will help you the most. Okay. So if planks isn't your thing, then there are other things you can do. So in 3 minutes, you can do like I'm like everybody, I can't do a 3 minute plank, but I can get down there and burn. So I just need you to think burn. Y'all got it? You're gonna do the plank until it what? Burns. As soon as you feel burn, I need you to think, oh, I burned up some of this cortisol. Wall sits, that'll do it to you too. Wall sits, as soon as it burns, then now I know I burned up some of the cortisol. All right, I burned it up. Push-ups will help you to feel a burn. That's what you're looking for, is the burn. Walking is great. It helps out. It helps you to do so many beautiful things. It's great for your heart health. It's great for your overall health. It helps you to sleep better at night. If you're in the middle of the day and you cannot go for a walk, I need you to think, I need to do something in 3 minutes. Maybe you make a potty break. But if you like me, sometimes you like, man, going to the bathroom was a vacation today because I couldn't even fit that in. I was flying by the seat of my pants trying to get to the bathroom. So that could happen to you if you're a very busy person or you have a demanding schedule. But I need you to hear me say in your head, if you can't burn, then still what? Breathe. Breathe and burn. So let's say that you don't trust the floors where you are. You're in a situation and you need to calm down right then. You can breathe. If you do trust the floors or you're where you have some time to like step away, then burn, breathe and burn. Okay, we got it? All right, let's say that you have 5 minutes. If you got 5 minutes, now you can add a little bit to it. If you've got 5 minutes, you probably can at least go outside. Okay, if you've got at least 5 minutes, you probably can go outside. So you're outside, and just being outside helps you to kind of have a decrease in your cortisol on its own. So there's a stress reliever. Being outside helps your overall mental health. In our first world country, we tend to spend a lot of time indoors, away from nature. And turns out your human body likes nature and likes to be outside in the sun during the daytime. And some parts of our sleep disruption, there's theories about it that some of it has to do with us being inside versus outside, and that we're sitting versus standing and moving. So that brings me to number 3, the 15-minute one. If you're sitting like we are right now, then one thing you can do if you have 15 minutes is literally stand up. Okay. Now, I can't stand up because I'm not going to be on camera. But if you can, wherever you guys are, if you can just stand up and start walking in place. Or if you're off, maybe you're someplace where you can walk around, moving your body, walking indoors, stand up versus sitting, move your body versus standing. Okay, think about that. If I've got 15 minutes, even if I can't go outside, because maybe I'm someplace like I'm in Texas where the sun is trying to kill us every year around this time. The sun trying to kill us about this time of day. It's got weapons of mass destruction. So you really can't go outside, but you can do things inside. I have a little walking pad that I keep in my house. When I have 15 minutes, that's exactly where I go. If I know I need to binge watch because I need to turn my brain off for a little while, then I say, okay, while I binge watch, I can walk. I can walk on my walking pad. So that's something that you could have as a tool outside of your body. It's an indoor walking pad, especially if you spend a lot of your time indoors. Okay, how am I doing on my time, y'all? Doing good? Okay, I don't see any questions except this comment from Don. We're not supposed to be crying yet. No sleep. Who said? Y'all, come on now to sleep. Okay, so if I got time, I'm going to take y'all on like how to increase that 15 minutes. Music helps you to increase that 15 minutes, and this phone. Call a friend. Call somebody. And this is unpopular, but it's the truth. Call somebody who's non-judgmental and who can say the words that you need to say. Get on there. And I mean, sometimes you want to pray with somebody, and sometimes you want to say unblessed words with somebody, and you need that person. If you got 15 full minutes and you've got somebody you can phone and get some of it said out loud, that's a great tool. 15 minutes is a lot of time when it comes to your mental health. So anytime you notice that you've got 15 minutes, I need you to translate to, I've got a lot of time. I've got a lot of time. Okay, y'all ready for today's pop quiz? I dare do one. All right. Which is it true that it's time management or is it self-management? Let's see what we get. What are the answers? Is it time management or is it self-management? What do you think? These 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, is it time management or self-management? Somebody said self. What else do y'all think? Self, 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 self. I love y'all so both. Self. I see you've got some more answers. Self. Oh, look at this. We got the little 4.0. All right. Yes, self. Once upon a time, we thought it was time management, but that came from some of the work done in industrial psychology around the time that we moved into being an industrial society. We want to see how many people we could get to work and do the most at the amount of time, right? So a lot of time management systems kind of came out at that time, no pun intended. Before then, when we were more of an agricultural society, we really didn't have this push on managing time. Instead, we wanted to get things, the produce done. We wanted the product, the outcome of whatever we were doing, right? We weren't really sensitive to time. Like you didn't clock in to your fields. You did farm work until it was done, and you did something else until it was done. So at one point we did things till they were done, right? And then we have this industrial revolution where we want everything done right now. And we want to see how efficiently we can get it done. So then you have all these studies on efficiency, and this kind of brings about time. And then who didn't have the little Franklin Covey planners? You know, who didn't have them, right? And you remember the little black ones with the black cover, and you would just walk around with your planner with all the little sticky notes. Then the sticky notes came, and that just made it even more fun because now you got a whole color coded sticky note thing of things you're not gonna do, but they're just all in there, very pretty, organized, you know. And then the apps came. The apps came, and you thought, okay, I'll manage time better with it. Probably some of it worked a little bit, but mostly lackluster. As it turns out, now that we turn into humanistic psychology, and as we look more at what is happening in the brain, it turns out that procrastination and time as a management is more about you managing yourself. And that means connecting with yourself and listening to who? Yourself. So let's talk about this pushing through. Who do you think you need to listen to if you notice that pushing through is not getting you results? Who do you suppose, maybe I could rewrite it, is not being listened to? If pushing through is not getting you results, who is not being listened to? Let me see in the chat. Don would like a certificate of achievement. Ooh, I guess y'all said last time when she came, we was all in detention hall for not sleeping. We're gonna get all these answers. All these answers today. Yeah, myself. Okay. And how easy is it to listen to yourself? Is it a learned skill? Is it something you're just born knowing how to do? You think it's a learned skill or is it something you're born knowing how to do? Let's see what you think. Learned skill, born knowing how to do it. Listening to yourself. All right. All right. I'm going to make a certificate for Dawn. Just for Dawn. Hold on with it. Okay, here we go. Yes. It seems to be a mix. Seems to be a mix. So somebody wrote intuitive skill. Oh, that's a whole nother body of research. But there seems to be a mix of natural ability and learned skill. As it turns out, though, the learned skill is throughout your lifespan. So we know new things about the brain as far as neuroplasticity. That's how your brain creates neural pathways for learning. And once upon a time, we thought, well, you know, y'all probably heard that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yes, you can, but he might take a minute to learn. He just might be a little slower in learning and have a lot of bad habits in the way of learning, but you can. All right. So no matter how old you are, you can learn how to better listen to yourself. I'm going to give you a couple of tricks. We're told that we are our worst enemies. We're told it's all about our mindset and we need to train our mind. That means not listening to us. Exactly. So we got to like roll it back This is about a pause. You guys remember the burn and the breathing? That helps you to do the most beautiful, magical thing you can do for yourself, which is pause and listen to who? Yourself. And when you listen to yourself, you may find that you have a lot of opinions. Some of your opinions may be in conflict with each other. You may have coexisting, conflicting truths. It can both be true that you want something very badly and that you do not want to do the things to get it, and that you're kind of thinking about quitting the whole thing. And anybody that's been married for 2 seconds understands this. You can love somebody and be like, I wonder what I was thinking though. Maybe being alone wasn't so bad. The dating pool, do it really have pee in it? You're really thinking these things. And then sometimes I'm so glad we together. And love is beautiful. The colors in Hawaii are just sparkly when you're around. And then sometimes you're like, no, I think I want a vacation by myself. Why don't you stay here and I'll go there? And we'll see if we come back to the home base and see how we feel about all this. I mean, really. Or if you've had kids, especially if they made it to teenager level, you're like, I really love you, but I want you to just walk away right now so I don't catch a case, because I just walk further over there, further, keep going. Maybe go see your grandmama. I mean, really, if you got teens. So sometimes listening to yourself is difficult because you have conflicting, coexisting truths. So how do you know which truth to live by? This is why I say the thing, pushing through is not always the answer, because what if the thing you're pushing through on is the truth at the moment, and this other truth is the one you really need to be paying attention to? How do we get here? So Eugene Gendlin, I like his work on this, calls it focusing. It's not easily done, but it can be done. And whoever said, oh, I'm so confused, yes. So you want to pause and set in with the confusion. When you feel angry, you want to pause and sit in with the anger. When you're feeling sad, you want to pause and sit in with the sad. When you're feeling overwhelmed by pushing through, you want to pause and sit in with the overwhelm. Now, today I don't have a quick answer for you because I don't even play that as a therapist. I don't play quick answer, Band-Aid, bubblegum solutions. This is not easy to do. It can be done. All right. Now, I've given you a couple of tools that'll help you, but I don't even pretend to give you like a genie in the bottle. And if you rub it 3 times and talk to the fairy, Santa will come and deliver you the perfect life. Nobody has that. But there are things you can do. And so you got the burn and the breathe, and then the pause. How long do you pause? Somebody share with me. How long do you think you pause? Someone said 5 minutes. Okay. Anybody else? Are we all agreeing on 5 minutes?
I think until you don't want to kill someone anymore.
Okay, so at least not homicidal. Okay.
That time it takes to breathe it out, right? I always give myself that 5-second rule. Just like, okay, think about it for a second before you freak out. So, yeah.
60 seconds is good. 3 minutes is good. Somebody keep going. What do y'all think? How long? 10 minutes is ideal. 60 seconds is good. 10 minutes is ideal. Okay, keep going. Somebody else. As long as it takes. Okay. Depends. All right, keep going. Anybody else? Okay. Any pause. Oh, I love that. Any pause is a good pause. So there's no science on this. And I don't make up answers for y'all. There's no science on how long. Okay. Because it's a little bit like saying, well, how long till I find my person I'm gonna marry, or how long before I find the job that I'm gonna love, or how long. We don't have, oh, do it for this amount of time. I like that any pause is a good pause though. Because that actually is true. Any pause is a good pause. And what Gimlin noticed is that you have a sense of connect. Somebody wrote intuitiveness up above, wherever that was. I like that too. I practice this myself. And you likely have done this at some hard decision. So I want you to pause right now and think about over your lifespan, a time when you had to pause so that you could make your best decision. And look at how long it took you to pause. I have a life decision that took me 3 months to make. And then I have some other ones that just took me a couple of minutes. So I want you to pause and think about that. And you don't have to tell us all your business, but I want you to make a note in the chat about the different time frames you notice. Look over your lifespan and notice times when you stopped pushing through and you paused and then you figured out what to do. You felt connected with what you came up with. There's probably different time frames in your own lifespan. So share that with everybody else so we can feel normal. Share that with us because somebody's feeling like, I can't keep up. I have to notice in 10 seconds. They said 60 seconds. I can't, I was still want to kill people after 4 days. So for me, there's a major life choice that I made that took me 3 months to do. And then there's plenty other ones where I can say it was some overnight, some within a few minutes. But you guys share, what are your time frames? What you noticed that you took time to pause and there were different time frames. So whoever wrote any pause is a good pause. That's fairly accurate and connecting with yourself. Now, I want y'all to tell me, why is it that just pushing through then does not become a good idea? Why is it not a good idea to just push through without a pause? What could happen? You break. Mm-hmm. Made many mistakes. With those, Daisha, were some of the mistakes good ones because you learn from, but you could get sick, detrimental outcomes. That was right. But were some of them like, well, had I paused, I might have still made some mistakes, but maybe the ones that are not as expensive or difficult to get over. Yes. Yes. Detrimental outcomes. So you can't avoid all harms, but I notice even in my own walk of life and with the clients that I work with that when we can pause, you sometimes come to an unpopular decision, but you're at peace with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You're at peace with it.
Dr. Monique, that is
Yes.
so amazing. And we have to break for our breakout sessions.
Okay.
So they're going to kick us into our breakout sessions. I think
Yes.
one of our session gets to actually have you in it. And
Okay.
we'll see who that is. But so
No, I don't know. Maybe.
the moderators are going to break us right now into our breakout sessions. We'll be there for about 10 minutes and then we're going to come back and talk about how impactful this has been.
Okay. All right.
All right.
We're back.
We're back.
I think we definitely need to learn to listen to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was definitely a theme.
Yeah, it was a theme. Listen to yourself. Don't be afraid to take a risk, but know when it's not the right thing and know when to back off
Mm-hmm.
for your mental health.
Which requires you to listen to yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to learn that. But I think experience. But don't you think, Dr. Monique, that I think that's experience in the stuff that we go through and how to, I don't know. I don't know if it's an age thing, but I just think it's experience. To know when to say no and to leave.
You may have flexed your muscles a few times with your inner critic.
Yeah.
So as you grow older, you may flex your muscles a little bit and get so that you can listen to your inner critic with curiosity instead of listening to your inner critic in a submitted way. Your inner critic is just there to kind of help, but if you are not choosing to listen with curiosity easily, that critic can overpower you. Next thing you know, just to shut it up, doing what it's saying, and then like afterwards, you're having to learn the life lesson and maybe grow that way. But you can kind of see softening the tone helps you to listen to yourself and developing that relationship. You know what? For fun, what do y'all call your inner critic? What's her name?
Patsy.
Patsy. Uh-huh. Patsy.
My husband even say that. Is Patsy talking? Right? Yes.
Oh, Betsy, Patsy. What are the critics' names? We got Betsy,
Mine is Sally.
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 Come on,
Mm-hmm.
Sally.
See?
Come on, Sally.
Okay. Sally. All these 1952 names. Okay. Betsy, Patsy.
Sometimes
Sally.
a bad
Mm-hmm.
word.
Sometimes a bad word. Sometimes she's that. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
shut it.
Right. So it's literally like
Mm-hmm.
you probably have a lot of experience with how you're interacting with your inner critic. And as you get better at listening when it's good advice, pausing and setting it aside when you need to think about it. And sometimes the answer to the inner critic is, girl, be quiet.
Right. Right. You know, when you walk in, I know all women probably experience it. You know, when you walk into a party, you don't know anybody, right? And you're walking up
Mm-hmm.
and you're smiling, you see the little clicks and you're thinking in your mind's going, you're like, shut up. Oh God, what are you thinking? Do I look like an idiot? Do I look like, what are
Mm-hmm.
people thinking? Yeah.
Yeah.
I picture
Yeah.
that when I walk into a ring, it's like, we got to
See,
stop,
Bessie and Sally just an overdrive right then.
Yeah.
Right then, Bessie and Sally and overdrive. Or if you got to go try on clothes and maybe, you've been having some of them extra comfort snacks and stuff, and then you go try on clothes. Oh, they are singing in a whole choir. You like, I think I have more than one critic today. They got a whole choir section. So finding a way to really
It's
listen
like,
to
is my mom
yourself,
here? My mom's
there
here.
is in there with you, just looking at you, looking at you and saying all kind of crazy stuff, but it's in your head. So
Yeah.
pause, listen gently with curiosity, and figure out which one it is. Do you need to tell her to be quiet? Or do you need to listen with curiosity? Or is it something you need to pause and reconsider later? Like, well, I mean, maybe she has a point, but do I need to think about this point right now? I can come back to this point later. Having a good relationship with your inner critic. And to me, that good relationship means sometimes I need to tell her, shut up right now. I can't think with you yelling at me, or make her be quiet and talk nicely. Like, listen, change your tone and I might listen to you. Look, I don't like how you talking to me right now, and kind of have that conversation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Dr. Monique,
Yes.
we're realtors and as you can see, Lizzie and Patricia in the car and all these other people in the car. What is a good burn that we can do in a car? Because we can breathe in the car, but what could we do to burn? Like if we literally are driving from showing to showing, which we all do all the time, and we didn't get to work out that day and we haven't been able to burn. I know when we do showings or walking around, but can you think of anything that we could do in the car?
In the
Besides
car,
scream.
you could scream. I can't
That's a
think
burn,
of
maybe.
burn.
When we're not driving. We're
When you're
pulled over.
driving, I would say the breathing probably, because in my head, if you're driving, what you need to do for the burn is you got to do something to you're trying to tax your muscles. I don't know what you could do while driving for the burn, but when you get to your destination, here's some tricks, right? You have to, hopefully you're washing your hands when you go to the bathroom. While you're washing your hands, you could do a squat while you're washing your hand, right? You could do that. You can do a wall sit on anybody's wall because you're not sitting down. You're just putting your back up against the wall, getting to that chair position and holding it as long as you can until you feel a burn. And depending on, how fit you are, that could be a quick burn while you're going to the bathroom. So those are some ways to kind of get a quick burn if you're like in transit, you're sitting. But really for that one, you're gonna get creative when you're breathing. So I need y'all to all hear that. Some of like, I can't think, I can't come up with something, is slow down your breathing. So that it's slow down your breathing. So those sequences that I put in there, the 4-7-8, your 2-4, your square breathing, reverse breathing, there's dragon breathing, which I don't think is on that playlist, but there's lots of different breathing sequences, some to give you energy, some to help you calm down, some to help you get focused. So if I were trying to pick, what could I do? I'm gonna always have air.
Yeah.
Always have air. And so since I always have air, I could figure that out.
I use music when I'm in the
Music
car.
works.
When I'm in the car and I need that There's one song. It's "Sorry Not Sorry" by Demi Lovato, the uncensored version. And I crank it and sing it, and I'll play it over and over again until I feel better.
There you go. There you go. You're giving yourself a little dopamine drip, ma'am.
You know what?
And when I'm singing it.
Yeah. And what I do, which is odd, it's like sometimes I don't have anything, like I'll turn everything off. I don't answer the phone, which is weird for me because my life is so loud. And it's sometimes just sitting in the car, I don't realize I got from A to B. But I feel like for me, but that's a new thing because I never did that before. It was like sometimes you can't sit in your own silence. Yeah. And I've learned to be able to do that, which helps me. So
somebody said small handheld free waist to curl. Yes. Except not while y'all driving. Yes. Yes. I like that. I like that. I have some free weights I keep here in my office to kind of for a burn.
Did y'all hear her? I know what you can do when you're driving. Eagles.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was too loud. That was laughing too loud. But yes. Yes, child.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yes, girl. Sorry. Listen. My Demi, like when I'm upset, I love me. The uncut version of that, for Demi Lovato. I love me.
Yep.
Like that. I like some Kegels. You could do that while you're driving.
You
might be super relaxed when you get to this location.
Hey, got to get it in somewhere.
I am done. Oh my God, I love y'all so much. Okay, yes, Kegels. You could do Kegels. The music I like, and I have a very interesting playlist. I'm sure you guys do too, because I'll go from, full gospel. I love the Lord, crying because I just love the Lord so much, to, what?
Oh my God, I do that too.
And I go to the opposite end, and then I come back to the middle. I have on some smooth jazz. I just whatever part of me needs to hear whatever she needs to hear. You have inside of you all these different, like, beautiful things, and taking time to nurture each part helps you to do that connection that we were talking about. Listening to yourself. The part of you that's never getting listened to, trust. She is going to act out. Act out. Your fun girl that's never getting to have any fun, she gonna shut you right down. One day you find yourself playing Sudoku like you're getting a check. Why am I doing this? My fun girl says she's got to have some dopamine, and you just find yourself checking out. You find yourself, I haven't been connecting to people, and you find yourself in some little, some relationships that deserve to be in a trash can, but you with them because you're like, what am I? I'm starving for that connection. So keeping different parts of yourself from starving helps you to hear better. This is, none of this is quick fix stuff like I mentioned before, but all those things help too. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, we're already at 1 o'clock.
That was a good way to wrap. Well, Dr. Monique, we really appreciate it. Ladies, thank you for coming. And Dr. Monique had put those resources in the chat. So please feel free, reach out. But we'll have to definitely have you back, because you definitely help us. Just, things that we need to be reminded. And like you said, be kind, to ourselves.
Make us think.
Yep, we need that.
Listen to yourself. Yes.
That's right.
Yes. Okay, guys. I'll see you next time.
Thank you, ladies.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye,
Dr.
everybody.
Monique. Thank you.